I'm Anna Marie Cox. I'm a political commentator, and I've lived in Washington, D.C. for 10 years. Washington, D.C. It is the capital of the United States, it is the seat of our federal government. It is home to our president, Barack Obama. Behind me, you can see some familiar landmarks. There's the Kennedy Center, where you can go to a black tie gala. And then there's the Watergate, made famous or infamous by Richard Nixon. But that stuff's in the guidebooks, and I don't think that's the stuff you want to see. You want to see the other Washington, the real Washington. Here we are in the heart of Georgetown, Washington's most historic neighborhood, home to, among other people, John F. Kennedy. This is where the movers and shakers live. And when they're not moving and shaking in the halls of power, sometimes they need to get primped and pampered. Hey, it's good to see you. Hi.
So good to see you again.
This is Erwin Gomez, the maestro, the guru of this place, and he caters to the movers and shakers around here.
We do have a private room here. As you can see, our private room fogs up.
Yeah, so no one would know that I was here.
No one.
Do you have a special entrance if people really don't want anyone to know that they're coming here?
I would actually do something for the Secret Service, and we will scout the entire area, and then I will show them the back entrance, and no one would ever know that they're here, or I'll close the salon down just for them.
Well, I expect that sort of service, of course, for myself. But for now, I think we should just touch up my brows.
This is your favorite chair.
I know.
It goes up and down, all around. I mean, you know, it's the beauty about this entire chair.
Yes.
It helps my back, and it helps.
It helps me look beautiful.
Okay, I'm just gonna touch up your eyebrows. We did it already, and just to clean it up just a little bit. It's about just taking one. Every hair counts, but as you know, that it's perfect.
Sometimes the only break you can get from being filmed, being a commentator, being someone who right now has a camera on her, is to come someplace like this. It's the privacy, it's the discretion, it's the calm. It's hard to imagine getting more relaxed after all that pampering, but if you need it, there is this Zen garden, as the staff calls it. We're at the Georgetown waterfront. Now, D.C. is best known for politics, but this area is also home to a thriving art scene. We're going to go to one of my favorite galleries now. There's also a dark room, so young photojournalists all across D.C. can have a dark room. They're kind of hard to find these days.
Time no see. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So.
This is Jean-Louis Atlan. We are in his gallery, Zone Zero, which is a fantastic place to check out new artists.
Absolutely.
The young people in D.C., like starting out.
Yeah.
Is that who you have up now?
What we have now is the Claire Boulot's work. It's she's a French photographer. She does we call it photograffiti. It's all about what's on the wall in Washington, and she also does natures, but in a way, very unique way of seeing stuff that people overlook most of the time.
I actually, in all the years we've known each other, you've never actually taken my picture.
Oh, you want me to take your
picture? Yes, I do. Would you please? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm all dolled up.
Oh, you look good. Good. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. First, you sit here.
All right.
And I'm going to put the lights on. And, okay, let me look. Let me see. Okay, you're looking good. You're looking good. My favorite is this one.
I like that one too.
Agree?
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's another husband would like that.
So,
Yeah. We're in the 14th Street corridor, where the young people who work long hours in DC come for cocktail hour. And we're about to go to my favorite cocktail bar, the Gibson. It's kind of hard to find. It doesn't have a sign. It's barely distinguishable from every place else, but it is so worth it once you go in. Here we are at the bar of the Gibson, Washington's newest and most secret bar. I'm with Derek Brown, who had created the cocktail program that the bar is justly famous for, and you also train the bartenders. This is one of the few places where you really get these old-fashioned pre-prohibition cocktails that often have things in them that you wouldn't expect to have in cocktails.
Yeah, we really go out of our way to find some obscure cocktails, to find ingredients that you wouldn't find other places, and we make our own ingredients. We make our own bitters and syrups, tinctures, cordials. I think the most important thing to note is DC drinks more per capita than any city in the United States.
I am so not
Mighty
shocked by
proud.
that. I am just, it's the journalists alone.
So this is the Martinez that we're making for you, and it is somewhere in between the Martini and the Manhattan. And it is made firstly with Old Tom gin, which is a little more viscous, a little more sweet than dry gin. And it's an old cocktail ingredient that's just come back as of last year. Before that, it wasn't available. Then we're going to use sweet vermouth instead of dry vermouth. And this one is from Chambry in France. So it's a very special vermouth called Dolan. It's mostly wine, which is artisanal.
Right.
So we've got that part in it, and we've measured it carefully, which I think is important. Then I'm going to take those house-made orange bitters that we labored over and drop it in 2 dashes. Next, we're going to add maraschino liqueur. Now, a lot of people would think of maraschino cherries, those awful bright, well, they're delicious actually, but awful for a craft cocktail. And so this is actually made from the pits of real Marasca cherries.
Now, the real taste test. That is actually really fantastic.
Gotta stop here. Then shut it go.
I brought you to Perry's Cafe for their famous drag queen brunch.
I just rock your body from side to side. Roll it wide and let it glide. You got started with the
Man, that's the governor right here, man. That's the governor right here, man.
chicken and drink cappuccinos. It grows and blows and shows. Hi, I'm Chuck Brown, and I'm right here in Washington, D.C., and I've lived here all my life. Georgetown is very famous for shoppers, you know what I'm saying? But one of my special favorite places is right over here, and I want to take you there now. It's called the Studio.
Nice to see you.
Glad to come back and see you, man. You, man, what you got
Love you,
for me
Chuck.
today? The Studio is well known amongst DC people as a place to get your unusual street clothes. He have all kinds of styles up there, so whatever your selection is, he's got it. If he ain't got it, he'll get it for you.
Chuck, you're in the mood for a nice green.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Here, please give it a try. This, you're handsome, but this makes you even more handsome,
Hello.
Chuck.
Oh, wow.
My good
Thank you,
clothes.
Kayvon.
Look at that. Look at that.
Here we are in the heart of Georgetown, Washington's most historic neighborhood, home to, among other people, John F. Kennedy. This is where the movers and shakers live. And when they're not moving and shaking in the halls of power, sometimes they need to get primped and pampered. Washington, D.C. It is the capital of the United States, is the seat of our federal government. It is home to our president, Barack Obama. Behind me, you can see Hi, I'm Anna Marie Cox. I'm a political commentator, and I've lived in Washington, D.C. for 10 years. Some familiar landmarks. There's the Kennedy Center, where you can go to a black tie gala, and then there's the Watergate, made famous or infamous by Richard Nixon. But that stuff's in the guidebooks, and I don't think that's the stuff you want to see. You want to see the other Washington, the real Washington.